I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Dolphins come away with a 7-point win. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Mike Peterson sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. It's a torn calf muscle, and the doctors are estimating he'll be out for 7 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Joe Horn is probably the one that most leaps out at you. X-rays confirming the original diagnosis, it's a broken ankle, and that'll keep him out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now, on to even bigger news, as you may have already heard. Nick Greason had to be placed on injured reserve, so he'll be on the sidelines for the rest of the year. Just a key blow to the heart of this defense. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Takeo Spikes is going to find himself on the shelf, and that will be a major blow to his team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
The Falcons won this contest, but will stay at the 4th place in the NFC South. Mason stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Ashley Lilly pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Broncos beat the Jaguars. Right by Lady Liberty in New York, we had the Jets squeeze out a 4-point victory. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Rams pick up their 3rd win of the season. Chargers, Panthers. Joseph Jefferson is almost like a center fielder back there. Picks it off at his own 30-yard line. Look at the wheels in the midfield stripe. He's thinking more than just a pick. He's thinking touchdown. What a turnaround, 70 yards. The Panthers win this one by the final score of 48-10. Over at Heinz Field, we had the Steelers come away with a 7-point win. The Lions' defense held their opponents to under 150 passing yards in their win at Ford Field. The Chiefs lost a tough road game and will head into their bye week with a bad taste in their mouths. The Patriots won this contest but will stay at the 1st place in the AFC East. Kevin Johnson had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Benny Anderson is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 3 years, $3.4 million. Drew Brees is on the move as well as he signs a 3-year contract with the Texans. Lamb is on the move as he gets a contract for what can only be referred to as crazy money. 3 years, $2.0 million.
Bears, Titans. Thomas Jones is in his own territory, would like to get his team out to the midfield stripe. Takes the pitch, goes off right tackle, bursts through the hole. Look at him go! The 20, the 10, touchdown! 62 yards! The Bears go on to win this by the final score of 20-17. And in our final game, we had the Packers come away victorious. So we're more or less at the midpoint of our season, things starting to take shape just a bit in our playoff race. Here's the men that got my primetime players game balls. If they get their way, we will see them come postseason. Right. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.